our listeners, we're going to have the founders of Better Opinions, Samay and Samajit today. We already have Samay on the screen. Shortly, Samajit also should be joining us. I think this has been one of our recent and most exciting investments, if you wish. And I think we literally burned more than the midnight oil, all the way till early in the mornings to get these transactions done. I think that was like super exciting and also, super, I think, one of the first transactions where we had to do the jugglery. I think, it was great to do that. And Samay has been like amazingly cooperative, trying to hold all the ends together in all those tense days, couple of days. I think kudos to the team that kind of showed right in a crisis situation how this team would handle, and extremely glad to have both Samay and Samajit on today's Freewheeling Friday from Java Capital, and this is one of our first investments from the US fund, and we are absolutely excited that we could do this with Better Opinions. And what is Better Opinions? I think I'll leave it to the founder. I think they will definitely have a better version than what I will be able to tell you all. With that, welcome Samay and Samajit. Super excited to have you. Look forward to a fun session. And this is called Freewheeling. Feel free to have some fun also. It's not just about all serious stuff on this. Yeah.
Yep. Hi Karthik, hi Vinod, hi Bhargavi. Thanks a lot for the introduction. And the things you mentioned that we had a really crisis situation recently, but yeah, we all have managed it well. So all well, which ends well. So yeah, that was super helpful for us. And talking about the introduction, so Better Opinions is basically a prediction market in India, which allow users to trade their opinions on everyday topic. For example, if a user think that let's say that COVID cases will reduce by 10% in next week, so user can trade their opinion on that, and they can earn money on this insight if they are correct. So it is just analogous to what is happening in stock market. And in stock market, every trader trade their insight, like what will happen due to war, which are the if crude is rising, then which are the stocks to short, etc., etc. So everyone has that insight, but a lot of financially illiterate people cannot participate in stock market. So that is the main reason. That is our audience to focus, and they are the ones who are going to get purely benefited from the new kind of stock market.
Nice intro, by the way, for Better Opinions, Samay.
Yeah.
So, as Samay was saying, right, the main idea why we have started this is we analyze that there is a gap for people who are not so much financially literate in order to jump into stock market, right? They always have that, okay, there is a, if in India, right, most of the people who are not part of stock markets, if you talk to them, they will feel like, okay, if I go into stock market, what if I lose out a lot of money, right? Now with this, right, but people are very opinionated in India, that's for sure, and everyone, they do have some sort of opinions with them. So that is where this creating a stock market on the basis of opinions comes into picture, right? We can let people understand all ins and outs of the stock market, how things operate, with the help of small binary things where they can trade actually their opinions and get the feel and get the high of stock market. That's what it is, Better Opinions.
Yep. It's all about that excitement and the rush which we feel when we trade, which you might also feel when you invest in some company.
Awesome. No, awesome. Both of you, have great views. I said, I mean, just when Samajit was telling, opinionated Indians, I just remembered this book, Argumentative Indians, right? I think pretty much summarizes why, we literally go down to fights at sometimes, right? I think we've heard those, to say, my opinion is this, and you see all sorts of this Twitter trolling and all that, right? I think we should tell all of them, stop trolling, put your money where your mouth is. And if it is true or factual, we'll get to see it there, right? I think when I looked at this, Samay, that's how I looked at it, right? I was actually looking at the space for some time. And I was wondering, this is quite interesting because all of us have so many opinions, but How do you know that, which is that the ones, you are really true or holding it close to your heart, or where the skin in the game is, right? I think if
Yes,
you put money where your mouth is, right, that's where, it gets exciting. It's like similar to investing. That's what we wrote in the press release also, if you remember, right?
yes,
All of
yes,
us will meet hundreds of companies, right? But we would only invest in a few. And it also means we put our money, right? And also in our, LP's money. And that is when, we really say, look, I'm taking a bet on this company and this founder and this space. And that's what we do, I think, in a different form, bigger way, I think, and you're doing this for everyday events, everyday happenings. And you mentioned war in the beginning, I am not surprised. I think that's on the top of the mind for
yes.
everyone. That is an event which could have, been a very, very highly opinionated one. Yeah. I think it's super exciting. That's how I, came to like, this space very, from a long time. Super excited to be on with you guys on this journey. Thanks for, having us on this exciting journey.
Yep, yep.
Okay, Vinod, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please. Sorry, I've been hogging all the.
No hugging. We just got started, so I'm just thinking it's becoming so much serious. So, so I thought I'll ask a question. You guys told why this company, what you thought, and all that, right? This is a company which is in a quite a different field, not generally any engineer would think about. What did you do background work to start something like this?
Yeah. So what happened is that I used to do a lot of options trading. So with my own retail money, I used to do a lot of options trading, and particularly while lockdown, I was at my hometown. So while I was in my hometown, so I met a lot of my school friends, even my cousin, my sister, and what I found that a lot of people want to participate in stock market. They used to ask me that what should we trade, what should we take, etc., etc. And at that point of time, there was a huge action going on the stock market. So at that point of time, I realized that even educated people, for example, my sister was an government servant, so they also don't understand the stock market. They feel it very technical, right? So that was the kick when we started searching about it. That how can we bridge this gap? How can we give the same feeling, the same participation to a person who is not that much financially literate, and they can trade on their insight, because every trader in the stock market, they are trading on some of the insight. So that was the key where we got triggered. And then I spoke to Somajit, and then like, Somajit, do you want to put in more thoughts here?
I think the see this is one part of the story, right? I think to add on, right? When I first discussed this with Samay, there was one thing that I clearly understood is, see, the first thing as Samay was mentioning, right, that is one of the key aspects of what we do. But at the same time, if you think through the events, right, on which people do trade their opinions in our platform, they are very directed events. Like just to give a brief, as Samay was mentioning previously, that whether COVID cases in India is going to drop down 10% or not. That is very this is very directed event which is only focused on COVID, right? Now on this, if you go into our platform, you will see certain informations also attached to this, right? And which are, if somebody now comes to my platform and they even don't put their opinions, right, they just go through my platform, at the end of the day still that's a winnable situation for them, because they also get to learn about things which are happening and around them. So this also was one of the things that we thought about, that okay, even trading is one part, and also we can make people more aware about what is happening. So with this we figured out that okay, this is a way to go, and we should definitely spend our time on this.
So daily, how much time you both spend on trading and how much you spend on building the business?
Right now, we are spending most of the time to building the business. This
Yes.
trading should.
I wanted to also ask in terms of the money you bet, but then I decided not to do that. After the program, we can do.
Oh, guys, see, Bhargavi is going to keep poking you like this. Be careful, yeah? As I said, this is freewheeling, right? So she's going to ask you and make you uncomfortable. Okay. And you have actually an equal obligation also to ask questions to us, because it's not like an interview session, okay?
Actually, yeah, I was asking that how do you compare investing, like just value investing versus trading? How do you see it? Like, do you guys also trade?
You mean public markets?
Yes, public market versus this.
I don't trade. At least I really don't trade because there's too much of decision making and time consumption that goes behind it. Given what we are doing, this takes us a lot of our energy and bandwidth. I just leave it to others, or just invest in some long term and just sit like ITC. That's what I do. Just sit on it for like years. I don't do much otherwise, frankly. So people would judge. If you are holding ITC either way, some will say great, some will say bad. But that is what I do. Simply buy a few and leave it. Really can't trade. Bhargavi, maybe you can ask her. She's much more experimental. She tries a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, not an active trader, but he's right. Much more experimental. I use better opinion. That's what I was telling Vinod and Karthik came on. Have not won even a single bet. So still waiting for that to happen. But my stakes are quite low as of now. But we'll soon start increasing the stakes here. But you are right. So this is more clue to this is more inclusive. So if you look at IPL, you know how it's like a religion in India, and already so many games keep happening based on IPL, and this is another platform, for example, no. And to answer to Soumyajit's point, I frankly didn't know PSL, which is happening now, is actually this popular even in India. So
Yes.
when I looked at Better Opinion, when I saw so many trades happening on PSL, I was like, wow, interesting, nice. So yeah, so this is more inclusive, something like what you guys are building.
So this is it, right? When I talked about better opinions, this is it. People have the direct exposure to things which are happening in and around them, and they definitely get the awareness. And trading high and learning about trading, that's another part completely. Even though that's some basic funda and basic focus of our business, but still after that, this is also there.
Awesome.
What about you, Karthik? You haven't spoken anything yet.
Yes.
I will speak on his behalf before he starts. He doesn't buy stocks. Okay. He only invests in startups, and then he only buys gold, real estate, car, all that. Okay, done.
He's a big shark then. I would say that he's a big whale to our platform then.
Yes.
Real estate also, You said real estate also, right? Yeah.
I'm guessing, Karthik, people who don't buy stocks, right? They buy real estate. That's my, theory typically. Yeah.
Karthik has a
No, I do buy stocks, man, but I don't do any active trading, Samai. That's not something for me. But having said that, I did invest quite a bit just before the pandemic has hit us, man. And I'm still invested in some of these companies. So we'll see, how it goes, right? But for the most part, we're just focusing on betting on you guys, Samai. Because we are sure that we'll get better returns betting on you than betting on some public listed company.
Actually, we have
no pressure. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we have pushed one event, especially for you, Karthik. If you remember the finals of Australian Open this year. So
yeah,
Nadal was losing 2 sets, and then we thought that he might have a chance because, like, you are.
Samai, what's the missing piece? You need to put it on iOS, otherwise Karthik's not going to touch it. Okay.
Yes. There will be a classic PM answer to this question that it's in the roadmap.
It's on the roadmap. Yes. And I might add it there that there is a bandwidth crisis in tech.
Yeah, awesome, guys. That's super. Karthik, your turn. Maybe we've kind of asked enough, and they've asked us. Actually, they have asked the most questions for any founders on a freewheeling session. Okay.
That's a smart strategy.
Yeah, no, they have. I don't know better, but they have opinions. Okay.
No, Samai, that Australian Open was cringeworthy, man. It was very difficult for me to watch the first 2 sets, especially. But I came back and watched the last set anyway. Uh, but Samay, let me just ask you. You guys have gone through a fairly grueling process, right, in the last month and a half, 2 months. Tell us, how was the experience right now? One of the things that I think I told you, Samay, I think really appreciate the maturity that you've shown in the whole process, right? What were your expectations, and did what those expectations met? You thought it was more challenging, or you think you're much more prepared now? Hopefully, when the follow-on round happens soon.
Yep. I would say that. So from the start, when they introduced that they are going to give more on an uncapped note, so that was really helpful too. So that was really, I would say, that music to ears, frankly, because we are getting a 375K an uncapped note, and at the
Yeah.
same time, to be honest, I guess that the complete community, including Java Capital and YC, as well as the angel list in US, they were very cooperative. So what we did is just we spoke to the YC partners and then communicated to you guys, and then basically we had a call with Vinod and Angel List US, and pretty much everyone was very clear that we want to get on board together. Yeah. So once that expectation is met, we can set the things will follow. So I guess that the intent was pretty much clear to all the three folks. I mean, all the three parties. So all the four parties, I mean, say YC, Angel List, Java, and us. So I guess that was super helpful. So in a nutshell, the learning is simply that if alignment is there and intent is there, then it can be done. Not easily, I would say, but it can be done. And Vinod, I would really appreciate that. So I was taking a call at US time. So at 4 in the night, I just pinged Vinod, and I was surprised to see that he has replied at the same time. So I was really surprised to see that kind of commitment.
Samay, I think it's a strange coincidence that night, right? For whatever reason, I woke up at 4ish, not because you pinged. And I woke up and I saw your message, and the deadline is next day night, right? And I don't know. Sometimes such things happen. It's strange, but I kind of believe that, right? Again, serendipity somewhere there. And immediately I just got to work and pushed that through. Before 6, I had done enough work to push back and forth everywhere. US time, I coordinated with the US AngelList guys, and you had connected me to the partner. Then I had connected to my US friends and said, look, let's not drop the ball. Why don't you just jump into this, because I don't want to drop ball on this. So it just by 6 o'clock, then I went back to sleep almost, it happened for a reason, looked like to me. And I was super happy finally everything got done, smoothly. Yeah.
Yeah.
24/7 support for our portfolio founders.
Actually, I will say that in those days, it was 24/7. It was needed because we need to finish that thing in 2 days. I guess it was in only one and a half days, I guess.
Yeah. And I think it's an exciting thing to get it done. So that before we could do a lot more than, we actually believed in ourselves also, frankly. So that because you guys, we had to do it, we ended up, doing, that you guys pushed in some way, for us also to kind of get it done in a way. Yeah. So a lot of people won't know what we're talking, but
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's all.
This is
Yeah. Bhargavi, can you?
nothing but executing it properly.
Yeah. This is due to the YC's MFN clause kicking in on the 11th of January, if I'm right. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Just one small thing to highlight over here, right? So this was something also at the very initial stage for us, right? And when this sort of things happen, when you are very early, right, you don't know. And me and Samay were like, hey, what is happening now? What should you do? What is the next step? Then when you have this sort of commitments and, kind of help from people like you, first of all, you can say that this is part of your, day-to-day job, right, to be there for the for your portfolio companies. But at the same time, it was very new for us, right? And this sort of commitment is definitely gives us a strong foundation to build up a good relationship forward.
Thanks, Samya. That's what we got one plug also. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
So, how is the limelight now? How many VC calls do you take every week?
Right now, few, but not that much. But yeah, basically, like can see that in coming weeks, it will have a hockey curve.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bhargavi is putting you on the spot now, guys. That's the pressure question starts now.
No, it is not pressure question for them. Don't get me wrong. It's for the VCs watching. FOMO. They are already getting so many calls. So whoever has not seen Better Opinion yet, please pick up your phone right now. Send a message to them.
This is openly baiting Vinod.
I know, she's like telling you guys are serious about catching the next hockey stick goal.
Big fish.
No, I think I was surprised also, honestly, on the growth numbers. Somebody sent me a message in, I think, February first week or something, and it had I didn't expect the kind of growth they were already showing. And month on month, I was actually even surprised it was more than 150%, right? I don't know the current numbers. I think we spoke a couple of days ago. I think
250%. Like it will go to 50%.
Yeah, 250% month on month. VCs across the world, please listen. Yeah, here it is. If you want to get on a rocket ship, which is better than the best, please do. Now is the time. Reach out to either us or Samay. Free PR for all of us. Thank you. Samay, this is all freewheeling. No VC will do all this. Okay, we are super fun that way. People should take us seriously, but we make a lot of jokes. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it should be there. The connection should be there. Actually, we should feel easy to talk and.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Awesome, man. Anything you guys want to ask before we let you guys go and we continue with our rant for the week?
I'll give you a cue, Samay and Soumya. You should put Vinod on spot, right? I think it's our thesis is known to our LPs and us, right? But you should ask him, for the sake of audience who are listening, right? Why we invested in this company. I'm only asking the question, on their behalf.
Yeah, I already told right earlier, right? I think a couple of things, right? I don't know, man. I keep believing in serendipity. You won't believe that. When Kalshi was funded, I looked at it. And just a couple of, and I was very excited and I sent it to my friend in the US saying, look, something interesting is happening. And Kalshi had gone to the SEC and, got some special approvals under the commodities rules and all that, right? I'm like, why would somebody do all that, right? That means, they had so much conviction in what they're trying to do. I was thinking, when it's going to happen in India. Then, I noticed Probus getting funded. And I was still thinking, what's happening? There's something exciting in this piece of play. And for some strange reason, Kalshi's founder wrote to me, when we were talking to Samay. The too many signals that was coming to me beyond, just we talking to them. And also the person who referred Samay and Samajit to us, right? I hold in great regard. Right? And a great friend, and when he says something, I would definitely believe or, trust him so much. And I knew that, he's, taking us to the right people always. So I think we took that call. And that person, we are also investing in that person. It's just that, it's taking more time. Again, finance ministry issues, Nirmala Sitharaman, please do help us. Yeah, thank you. So that was the clear thinking, at least, to say bet on opinions, skin in the game, put your money where your mouth is. If you can do that, and there's a massive play out there. That's my view. And India's story could be very different from what you can do in the US, right? And people can bet on so many things in India. Anyway, people bet in India without telling us, frankly speaking. So, side mein, small bets, over a beer, over a card game. So many things keep happening. It's just that now, you have a nice platform which can capture that and, make it, much more organized and, good for everyone in the play.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. That's our thesis for Better. Look forward to exciting days. Sorry, just one last question I want to ask both of you. What should we see or expect from you over the next couple of quarters? This is like a monthly MIS call question, but please do let me know. Yeah.
I didn't get the question. So you mean that couple of quarters, as in.
So what do you expect to happen? In the next couple of quarters, in 6 months, from now, what at least is in your mind will happen?
I'm still a little bit like I think there's a too much spot. As in, like 6 months, what is the plan or what are you expecting?
Okay. Let's try Soumya now and see. Soumya, what's the what do you think will happen 6 months from now? In a sense, what's the milestone that you have in mind, or something like that? It can be as vague or as specific. I don't want specific, but vague one is good because we don't want people to know our confidential numbers. Anyway,
you can just say there is no plan. We'll let you know when there is a plan.
No. So,
See?
in the next, so this is something, right? Me and Samay, chat quite a lot about that. What's the future? How is it? So currently, if you see us, right, we are serving. I would say we are just getting started, right? The platform is there. The platform is there for people to use. Already Bhargavi, she is also using it, and she might be able to give good feedback about it, how she is thinking about the platform. But at the same time, what we personally think is IPL is very close to us, right? And at this time, we do realize that there is a very good business opportunity, and which is just around the corner. So the idea right now is focus on what we have currently and build up, make it more stable and scalable, so that there is no unforeseen issues that may occur in the IPL time. And we expect at least more than 5x what we are currently serving in terms of our GMV. And then post IPL, what we have decided is, right now Better Opinions is just another platform, right, where people can trade their opinions. The focus will be kind of getting shifted from what we have right now. We'll obviously grow it further, but how we can make Better Opinions such a place where whenever people think of predicting or trading their opinions, they think of Better Opinions. This is something we want to achieve now, ubiquitous platform for prediction market. And the future, what we feel, is very exciting, and definitely there are few things that we are going to try out.
Awesome, man. Thanks. So I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but
Now I have the answer to you. I guess like we can say that in 6 months we will see, particularly in MIS, there is a 5 to 10x growth in cash flows.
Wow.
Good comeback. Okay.
Now I got like what exactly the answer is.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks to you guys. Super exciting. Look forward to some more exciting freewheeling sessions. As usual, we are a WhatsApp away. See you guys soon. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining on Friday evening. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, gentlemen. Bye-bye.
I think you don't get the opportunity to put up that press release only, man. That's so, unlike, huh?
We did.
He did. No,
We can put it again. I think it's
okay.
worth
Yeah.
putting it up there.
I remember seeing. Yeah. Okay. Super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is another thing, right? Actually, the title is wrong. It's YC backed Better Opinions. It's us Java backed Better Opinions, which raised from YC, right? That was the order in which this has happened, wasn't it?
No, I think we came in first. Maybe YC came in later, which is okay. I think we should also put that out that we've had like 4 companies which YC has invested post we making an investment. I wouldn't read too much into it, but I still feel we are very well placed in the kind of companies that we pick. Hopefully all that will play out in the long run. But it's good that there is some more validation, at least in the eyes of the world, where perspective matters. We have 4 YC companies after we invested. YC has invested, so maybe YC should think more about us. That's what it is. Our founders, who want to get funded by YCs, can go through us. Yeah? But we are not being, we don't push people to go to YC.
Yeah, absolutely.